Good morning. This is Fellowship of Spirit coming to you from Farmington, New Mexico. Today is the 23rd of June, 2 days past solstice. We just had a wonderful potluck for our solstice celebration. And we had planned on having it in the park, but we got rained out. So we came and we just gathered up here in the church, and it was good. We had a lot of people, and it was a lot of food and a lot of good fellowship, and we had a good time. It was short and sweet, and everybody had a good time. And we got to see a full rainbow to the east. There was maybe a double rainbow at one point. It was really beautiful. So we got quite a blessing, and so we're just still basking in the glow of that rainbow. So anyway, today we have Susan Barnes is going to do our prayer. Shay Johnson is going to do our spiritual reading. Fred Brown is going to play our music, and Margaret Cheasebro is going to give us our message, and I'm sure that she always comes up with interesting things, so I'm anxious to hear what she has for us today. So, with that in mind, let us, we don't have any announcements. Our main announcement was that we were going to have a potluck, but we had it already, so there's no announcement about that.
Next Sunday is the last Sunday of June, not the first Sunday in July. So.
Right. So next Sunday is the last Sunday in June and not the first Sunday. So next Sunday we will not be having a potluck. It'll be the following Sunday. So, is that in your calendar, Fred?
No, I'm just making sure my phone doesn't go off.
All right. So, for our prelude, here is Fred Brown.
I want to thank you. Thank you. I want to thank you. I want to thank you. I'm so grateful. So grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I want to say thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. It's beautiful, it's beautiful, it's beautiful day. It's beautiful, it's beautiful, it's beautiful day. I wanna thank you. I wanna thank you. I wanna thank you. I'm so grateful. I wanna thank you. I'm so grateful. I wanna thank you. I'm so grateful. I wanna thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. I wanna thank you. I wanna thank you. I wanna thank you. I wanna thank you. 'Cause I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I wanna say thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. I wanna thank you.
All right. Thank you, Fred. And we are thankful for this beautiful day we're having. It is absolutely gorgeous out. We had quite a dry spell, and our little vegetations around the county were just just really dry. And we got all several months worth in one afternoon. So we got a lot of moisture, and we are very thankful for that blessing, that rain that we had a couple of days ago. All right, Susan, are you ready?
Yes, good morning. And it is such a beautiful morning. So if we could close our eyes, take a deep breath in, feel that energy fill our body. Create Father God, we give thanks for this wonderful day and for all the blessings that you have given to us. The rain in Belize, the rain in Farmington. It's needed, it's wanted, it's appreciated, and we know that it will grow. Just as being here with us, united at this fellowship, helps us to grow, to become lights to the world. We give thanks for our good health, for all of our abundance. We give thanks for the food that we had at the potluck, and for every day, for the nourishment that it gives our bodies, for the health, for the healing. And not only for those who are here today, but also all of those that we feel that we love, that we cherish, that are part of our families, that are part of this fellowship. For all of the wonderful opportunities that you have given us to become channels of blessings to each and every person. For all of this, we do give thanks. Namaste.
Yeah, very good, very good. Thank you, Susan. There we go. So now let's do our reflective. No, we have another song after the affirmation song. So go for it, Fred.
This is our great spirit. Oh, great spirit, earth, sun, sky, and sea, you are inside and all around me. Oh, great spirit, earth, sun, sky, and sea, you are inside and all around me. Oh, great spirit, earth, sun, sky, and sea, you are inside and all around me.
All right.
One of my favorite songs.
Thank you, Fred. You do that song really well. Okay, so now we're going to do our reflection moment. So repeat after me. Love produces a flow of energy that I now feel. I feel more than ever, and I feel privileged to be here. Love flows from one person to another, and as we create an atmosphere of holiness, and so it is. I must have touched this because we went off the screen, but we're back now, so that was really good.
Don't touch it.
So, are you ready, Shay?
Okay, this is from Not Always So, Practicing the True Spirit of Zen by Shunryu Suzuki. It was in our library. From the chapter called Jumping Off the 100-Foot Pole. So the secret is just to say yes and jump off from here. Then there is no problem. It means to be yourself, always yourself, without sticking to an old self. Why do we practice Zen when we already have Buddha nature? This was the great question that Dogen Zenji worked on before he went to China and met Tendo Nyojo Zenji. This is not an easy problem. But first of all, what does it mean when we say everyone has Buddha nature? The usual understanding is that Buddha nature is something innate within ourselves, and because of this nature, we do something. If there is a plant, there must be a seed that was there before the plant appeared. Because of their natures, some flowers are red and some flowers are yellow. Most of us understand in that way, but that is not Dogen's understanding. That kind of nature is an idea you have in your mind. Why would we practice when we already have Buddha nature? We may think that Buddha nature will appear only after we practice and eliminate various selfish desires. According to Dogen Zenji, though, that kind of understanding is based on your unclear observation of things. His understanding is that only when something appears is its Buddha nature there. Nature and things themselves are two names of one reality. Sometimes we say Buddha nature. Sometimes we say enlightenment or bodhi, Buddha or attainment. We call Buddha nature not only by these names, but sometimes we call it evil desires. We may say evil desires, but for Buddha, that is Buddha nature. In the same way, some people may think that lay people and priests are fundamentally different, but actually there is no particular person who is a priest. Each one of you could be a priest, and I could be a lay person. Because I wear a robe, I am a priest and I behave like a priest. That's all. There is no innate nature that distinguishes priest from layperson. Whatever you call it, that is another name of one reality. Even though you call it a mountain or a river, that is just another name of the one reality. When we realize this, we are not fooled by words like nature, result, or Buddhahood. We see things themselves with a clear mind. We understand Buddha nature in this way. Evil desires is another name for Buddha nature. When we practice Zazen, where would evil desires come from? In Zazen, there is no place for evil desires. Still, we may believe that evil desires should be eliminated. Why is that? You want to eliminate your evil desires in order to reveal your Buddha nature, but where will you throw them away? When we think that evil desires are something we can throw away, that is heretical. Evil desires is just a name we use, but there is no such thing that we can separate out and throw away. You may feel as if I'm fooling you, but it is not so. It is no laughing matter. When we come to this point, it is necessary to understand our practice of shikantaza. There is a famous koan in the Book of Serenity about a man who climbs to the top of a 100-foot pole. If he stays at the top, he is not the enlightened one. When he jumps off the top of the pole, he may be the enlightened one. How we understand this koan is how we understand our practice. The reason we believe that evil desires should be thrown out is because we stay at the top of a pole. Then we have a problem. Actually, there is no top of the pole. The pole continues on forever, so you cannot stop there. But when you have some experience of enlightenment, You may think that you can rest there, observing the various sights from the top of the pole. And I'll stop. I was going to go a little farther, but I'll stop.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
So, don't rest on your laurels at the top of the pole. What happens when you hit the bottom? Nothing happens. That's just a part of the story that doesn't really, it's not perfect. Okay, so now we have one more song, and it's not just what's written here. What are you going to
That's
say?
the one before.
It's the one before. So we switched those.
Yeah.
So now we're going to do the affirmation song.
Yeah, this guitar is Priya's guitar. Took it to the doctor.
Oh, is it all better now?
Oh yeah. Well, you tell me. You are beautiful. You are strong. You are healthy. You are whole. You are radiant. You are powerful. You are now coming into your own. You are beautiful. You are strong. You are healthy. You are whole. You are radiant. You are powerful. You are now coming into your own. You are beautiful. You are strong. You are healthy. You are whole. You are radiant. You are powerful. You are now coming in to your own.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Fred.
Thank you.
Thank you, Shay, for a very, very good reading. So we now have our very own Margaret Cheasebro, who is going to come and talk to us about overcoming fear, I suspect. Is that right?
That's right.
All right, well, that's
Let me get this out.
oh, sure. Just trying to get you kind of centered here. How's that look? All right.
Yeah.
You want to put this on you, or? Yeah. There you go.
I have it.
You have it. It looks good.
Okay.
Margaret Cheasebro.
So fear is something that we all experience. It seems to be an inevitable part of life. Because it's such a common experience, maybe that's why A Course in Miracles addresses it so many times. Among the things the Course tells us is that fear is made up of our reactions to people from our individual past. It doesn't include people's reaction to us. It only involves our reaction to them. So we don't see the full picture. Our mind produces fear based on an incomplete picture. Only our mind can produce fear. It produces fear when it is conflicted about what it wants. That conflict is based on fear, which the Course tells us is an insane way to see the world. The conflict creates a strain between what we want and what we are actually doing. The strain is all based on the fear our minds have created from false assumptions we have made. The first step in correcting this is to recognize that the conflict is an expression of fear. The thoughts we have regarding this fear are quite powerful, even though we don't always recognize this. There are no idle thoughts, the Course says. All thinking produces form at some level. That means things show up physically. There are only two emotions, the Course tells us, love and fear. We created fear, but love was given to us. It was a gift. Each is a way of seeing. Different worlds arise from those different ways of seeing. If we can start to see ourselves through Christ's vision, we can begin to see that we are guiltless and perfect, that we are deeply loved by God. The Holy Spirit helps us to see through Christ's vision if we will follow the Holy Spirit's lead. When we let the Holy Spirit guide our thoughts, then we begin to see ourselves as the perfect, immensely capable, and beautiful people that we really are. That's the way God sees us. It's easy to quote from A Course in Miracles, and sometimes very hard to apply those quotes to our own lives. Recently, I've been experiencing some things related to fear, and it has taught me lessons about the truth of what the Course teaches. If I share my experiences with facing fear, maybe it will make some of the things the Course says become easier to understand. For a very long time, I had a belief about myself that was based on fear. I let that fear shape my belief about myself based on my interpretation of how I thought other people reacted to me. I came to some wrong conclusions about myself that I truly believed were accurate. They were all based on my misconceptions. What I came to believe about myself was that I couldn't sing. I also believed that playing the piano and singing at the same time were so far beyond my abilities that I could never hope to achieve them. A Course in Miracles tells us that each of us peoples our world with figures from our individual past. But those figures are never real because they were made up of our reactions to those people, not their reactions to us. Those worlds we create are incomplete, based only on our idea of what other people are thinking. Even so, our minds create powerful pictures about these ideas, and they become strong beliefs. The fact is that only our mind can produce fear. In junior high and high school, I remember singing in choirs. I come from a musical family. My dad had a beautiful baritone voice. so beautiful that he might have forged a musical career for himself if he hadn't felt such a strong call to the ministry. He also played the baritone, which is an instrument in the trumpet family. My mother played the piano during all of my growing up years. My sister had a nice singing voice, and she played several instruments. My brother, later in life, learned that he can sing well. He now performs in a gospel band, singing and playing the banjo. But in spite of my love of music, I never thought I could sing. I can't remember in my early years what shaped that belief. I only know that when I sang in choirs, I sang softly, afraid that I would sing off key. Sometimes I would put my fingers in my ears so I could hear my voice echoing in my head. It didn't always sound like I was hitting the right notes, and so my fear increased. In high school, some teachers organized a talent show. They chose 4 of us girls to sing Sentimental Journey a cappella. I was part of that group. I sang quietly, trying not to ruin the song by singing off key. The other girls had strong voices. They carried the music. People told me afterwards that I had a lovely voice. I thought to myself, if you'd been able to hear me, you would not have thought that. Much later, I did some singing in community choirs. My husband had a wonderful voice with a wide range. He could sing anything from bass to tenor. We enjoyed singing in community choirs together. One day when we were practicing, the director suddenly announced that someone was singing off key. She looked at me. I hadn't heard myself sing off key. Well, maybe she wasn't actually looking at me, but I interpreted it that way. It confirmed my belief that if I were to continue singing in choirs, I had to sing quietly so no one could hear my voice. The first time I played the piano at Fellowship of Spirit, I discovered that the musician was expected to both play and sing at the same time. I knew beyond a shadow of a doubt that I could never do that. Thankfully, people stepped up to sing while I played. For a long time, Steve Barker used his excellent voice to sing while I played. Later, Kate helped too. She has a beautiful voice. Sometimes Betty Please helped out. Her voice is powerful, and I always wondered how she could sing with such confidence. Through all that, in a process I am not sure I understand, something was beginning to change in my mind. Perhaps it was partly because of understandings I've been learning from A Course in Miracles. What began happening was the tiny but growing belief in my mind that maybe I could sing and play at the same time. Using some easy, familiar songs at home, I began practicing playing and singing at the same time. I was quite amazed that I could do it. And I was even more amazed that most of the time I was singing the right notes. I began to think that maybe I could actually sing and play during services. But my long-held belief that I couldn't sing well and that I certainly couldn't sing and play at the same time were beginning to take actual form. A Course in Miracles tells us that our thoughts produce form at some level and that our thoughts are quite powerful. we often don't realize that thought and belief combined can create such a powerful surge that they can actually move mountains. Just as I began to gain confidence that maybe I really could sing and play at the same time, those long-held mistaken thoughts and beliefs began to produce form. They came in an email from someone who said he knew a woman who had a beautiful voice but was shy. He didn't know why he kept thinking that he should put the two of us together. He was willing to introduce us. The email suggested to me that he thought that she could help me by singing while I played. On one hand, the idea was intriguing. On the other hand, it made me quite uncomfortable. I was just beginning to gain enough confidence to actually try singing and playing during a service when the email came suggesting that there was a way out of actually doing that. This woman might help to rescue me from trying to conquer my fears about singing and playing at the same time. The email, while a kind gesture, was taking me off the path that I was becoming courageous enough to take. That email was feeding the fear that I couldn't do it, that I really needed help. So I had to step away from that offer, recognizing that it was fueling my fear instead of helping me let go of fear. This is not the first time I have encountered opportunities showing up just when I have set my focus on pursuing a different goal. The opportunity has a way of either watering down the goal enough that I can't accomplish it quite so well, or taking me completely off the path. In 2005, I retired as an elementary school counselor and began planning to write a novel that had been on my mind for some time. I spent a lot of time shaping the characters, doing research, and starting to write the book. As much as I wanted to pursue that project, there was some fear involved. When I retired, there wasn't as much income flowing in. If I spent a lot of time on this novel with no guarantee of income from it, would it have been able to pay all the bills? Could we do that? Even so, I plowed ahead. The novel was still in the beginning phases at the end of 2005 when I got a call from the school district. The counselor who had taken my place developed recurring breast cancer and had to retire. Could I fill in for the rest of the school year? The offer was tempting. The extra money would help. Should I continue working on the novel with a nagging fear that there might not be enough money to cover our expenses? Or should I give it up for a guaranteed form of income? I chose to take this temporary job. The novel went into a drawer. I didn't have time to work on it for the rest of the school year. After that, other opportunities developed that took my time. The novel remained untouched. It wasn't until several months ago that I finally dusted it off and began to work on it again. Now, 19 years later, I have completed it and am involved in the final editing process. The fear of not having enough money took me off my course for 19 years. In another way of looking at it, those fearful thoughts of not having enough money took the physical form of the job offer that I chose to accept. When you feel fearful, recognize that you haven't made up your mind. so your mind is split. As a result, your behavior becomes erratic. The Course suggests these following awarenesses to help you undo the error of your thinking that has been caused by fear. 1, first know that this is fear. 2, recognize that fear rises from lack of love. 3, the only remedy for lack of love is perfect love. 4, perfect love is the atonement. The atonement is a gift. It involves healing the misperception that there is something wrong with us, that we are separate from God. Recognizing that we, each one of us, are perfect as God created us, eliminates our tendency to judge others. What is there to judge? We are perfect, just as God has created us. That understanding completely lifts us out of fear and places us in the only true emotion, which is love. The Course describes God's final judgment, and accepting it will really help you to let go of fear. It's pretty amazing to me that this is God's final judgment. You are still my holy child, forever innocent, forever loving, and forever loved, as limitless as your Creator, and completely changeless and forever pure. That's pretty clear. That's something to get excited about. Now that I've been both singing and playing for services here, I have been spending more time practicing. That has helped me to raise my confidence level. I am not living in fear like I was. And something has been happening that I didn't expect. During my practice sessions, I noticed that I am singing louder. I am no longer trying to hide my voice. I was so surprised by this huge change in volume that I called my son, who has a bachelor's degree in music and has been a music director for many years. He also sings opera and has loved music all of his life. I asked him if it is normal for someone's voice volume to increase a lot. He assured me that it was normal. Anytime we step away from feeling fear, we let go of those shields we've used all our lives to guard ourselves against perceived danger. When you're feeling fear, your mind is literally creating things that will take physical form and make it harder for you to reach your goal. Recognize that fear is confusing you. Thank the Holy Spirit for guiding you so that you can begin to see yourself in the perfect, loving way that God sees you. Bask in the light of Christ's vision as you let your mind be directed by love, not fear. Then you will begin to fulfill your goals in a healthy and productive way. Thank you.
Thank you, Margaret. Wonderful message. Thank you. Anyone like to say something to Margaret? Well, we appreciate it. We appreciate your efforts and your presentation, and you obviously take quite a bit of time to prepare, and we are the recipients of your efforts, and we appreciate it.
And I would like to say something, Ron.
Sure.
I really appreciated everything that Margaret was saying. It was because I identify with her so much. And I appreciate her using the Course also, because that means so much to me. So, Margaret, thank you for being you. Thank you for all of the good things that you bring to us. It's really, really appreciated.
Oh, thank you, Susan.
And thank you for your music. We enjoy your new voice that you have.
Yes, we do. Amen to that.
Thank you.
Okay, so now,
It ain't gonna be that song.
what are you gonna do? There's joy in my heart or no?
This is one of those situations that she was talking about.
Oh,
You can't let fear rule you. But anyway, I've been real scatterbrained this week. I'm really not sure why. But moving things in and out of my car and not making it on Friday, and I guess I got all out of my groove, and I swore I left all of my music here. And when I got here this morning, there's no music here. So talk about being out of your element. I've just been doing all this, just right out of the books. And of course the keys aren't right, but I played the songs long enough that you gotta let go of your fear and just do it after a while. And that's kind of a, it's a totally relatable situation to what she's talking about as far as performing. It's sometimes like jumping off of a diving board into the water. You don't know how cold the water is, not exactly sure how deep it is. It says it's 10 feet, but might not be, who knows? That little kid over there that wasn't very scared. If he wasn't scared, why should I be scared, right? So you just gotta take a jump and trust that you're gonna get, and you're gonna be okay. And it's exhilarating every time you do it. So I'm just very, very happy to see that you're growing in music. It's not an easy thing to do, especially when you come from a musical background like you explained. That would put a lot of criticism constantly running through your brain. That'd be like growing up in a house of physicians, and you don't want to be a physician, you want to be a clown, right? You see what I mean? You're born to be a physician, and so you'd be constantly thinking, well, am I good enough? I'm going to be good enough to measure up to my parents or to my siblings or this, that, and the other. That's always the reflection we have as human beings. But fear is, like you said, it's you've got to do something about it to get over it. It's not going to go away on its own. So anyway, music is one of those things. This song is in the book, and I've never even heard it played here. And I don't know if this is the right key, but it's 314 if you got your brown book in front of you. And I remember this song from a long, long time ago, so that's number 314 inside the hymns or whatever this brown book is. So I decided I was going to play one of my songs, but I figured we'll do this. He's got the whole world in his hands. 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 Love's got you and me, brother, in his hands. Love's got you and me, brother, in its hands. Love's got you and me, brother, in its hands. Love's got you and me in its hands. He's got my soul and my body in his hands. He's got my soul and my body in its hands. He's got my soul and my body in its hands. He's got the whole world in its hands. Love's got the whole world in its hands. Love got the whole world in its hands. Love got the whole world in its hands. Love got the whole world in its hands.
all right.
You just jump.
You did a good job.
Thank you, Fred.
Yes, thank you,
We like it when you wing it.
Okay. I'm gonna do do our celebration of abundance now.
Thank you.
So let's place over our heart that which we intend to contribute and follow after me. Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive through infinity. I am prosperous. Is Bree going to get the children?
No, I gave him 5 minutes.
Oh, okay.
When Brett started his last song, so you
Ad
can
lib?
elaborate on
All
something.
right.
Ad lib, go ahead.
There you go. Yeah, you brought to mind several things that I have picked up over the years about fear, because I think that, that fear is is the only limiting thing that we have. It limits everything about us, and that it is man-made, and divine love comes from God, if you will. But there's acronyms for fear that I've used over the years. One of them is FEAR, is future events appearing real, or false evidence appearing real.
Yeah, false.
Is another one. That, and fear and love are like oil and water. They do not mix. So I don't think that we experience all of them in its entirety. We experienced, portions of it, and we can, but unless we consciously reject fear, that it tries to take us over, and we don't, before we realize it, it's on an unconscious thing, and we have limited ourselves. And I thank you for your story. And there's a sign on the way into town at a furniture store down there. I know you guys have seen it many times, but they always have nice little sayings and stuff on there. The one that they have up there now says, don't stop learning, because life doesn't stop teaching.
That's right.
And that's true.
That's actually Joyce Hedrick's daughter's place.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Frank Durant, or the yellow and red place.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's always these
Joyce
things.
has nice sayings
Oh,
on that
that's
sign. I like that.
Yeah.
Well, I'll go get them.
Okay.
Their 5 minutes is longer than my 5 minutes.
Hand in glove with fear is worry.
Pardon?
Hand in glove with fear is worry.
Yeah,
Worry is just a form of fear.
sure it is. Well, fear manifests itself in 100 different forms,
True.
all sorts of forms.
Morning, guys.
Here they come. Here come our children. Good morning. Do you have this one? Thank you. Sure. Quite a few children's today.
She's coming. It's okay.
Go ahead. Yes, ma'am. Tell us who you are. What's your name?
There you go.
My name is Evie.
Evie.
Introduce all of your classmates.
My name's Stephanie. My name's Mia. My name's Maya.
Boys, go over there.
My name's Kaylin. My name's
Do him again, because we didn't hear it. He got blotted out.
Again, please. And then voice step back. So
My name is.
Yes.
Oh, just our melting beads, yeah.
Can show, yeah, there you go.
Today we did like melting beads into different like kind of shapes and animals.
What is that, Caleb? A what, a plane?
Yeah.
Cool.
Today we're doing a reading from the children's material.
Tell them what you need.
Please repeat after me. What makes a shadow scary or friendly? Your mind does.
What makes the, what?
Repeat it.
What makes a shadow scary or friendly? Your mind does.
What makes a shadow scary or friendly? Your mind does.
Your mind tells you what to think. Your mind tells you whether you like what you see or whether you don't like what you see. Your eyes see shadows all around you. Your mind decides if they are scary or friendly. For you cannot touch a shadow, and a shadow cannot touch you. Shadows aren't real. It's only what you decide to think about them that makes them real.
Then repeat after me again. Oh.
Not this one.
When something or someone frightens you, remember you are only seeing shadows. Look for the light of God's love, and it will shine away all the scary shadows that are not real. Now please repeat after me again. What makes a shadow scary or friendly? My mind does.
What makes a shadow scary or friendly? My mind does.
That's it? Well, thank you, kids.
Good job, girls.
And now we have
Any
Bill,
announcements?
Bill Clark is, no, we didn't have any in the beginning. Are there any announcements that developed in the last hour?
No, we applied for the fair booth, but I haven't heard back from them yet. And we're working on a flyer and possibly a questionnaire for.
Ah, okay.
We've got several things in the works.
And our rock riding project, is that progressing?
It's progressing slowly, but
Slowly.
we know we have time because fair's not till August.
Right, it's a while. You got time to do it. Okay, Bill?
Good morning, everyone. Today's topic is a perfect friend. We shall never have friends if we expect to find them without fault. Thomas Paul. Do we ever rule out friendship with someone because of some personal flaw we've seen in them? Is it good to be careful? It is good to be careful about the character of those we choose for close friendship, but sometimes we are a little too quick with our judgments. We may miss out on a friendship that could bring fresh perspective into our lives. If we are impossible to please, we may find ourselves enjoying our high standards alone. The walkaway is, when I'm making new friends, I can balance my desire for certain character traits and qualities with a gracious understanding that people are not perfect. That's true in life. We all are not perfect. We do the best we can. So God bless you and have a great week.
If we wait for the perfect one, we're gonna be pretty lonely, aren't we?
That's true.
Thank you, Bill. Okay. So now, we need to, gather up, make a circle, sing our way out of here.
You got it? Okay. Come on, boys.
Okay.
And move this plumb out of the way. Go ahead and take it all the way over there so we can make a complete circle.
Yeah. Okay, is it good for Mia to have her with that arm, because you know she's gonna lift up?
You want us to put her over here? Come over here,
She's
buddy.
good. They said she's good.
Okay, no.
Yeah, okay, Fred.
1, 2, 3. God bless America, land that I love. stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home. Weave us together. Weave us together in unity and love. Weave us together. Weave us together in unity and yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me. Yes, there is peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be, with God as our power, family all are we. So let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Yes, peace begins with me. Yes, this is the moment now. With every breath I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me.
So may God bless you and keep you until we meet again.
Amen.
Girls, go finish projects.
All right. So thank you for joining us today.
Going out very well.
My love from Jerry, and we will see you again same time next week. We hope that you enjoy these messages and our service here at Fellowship.
How are you?
Thank you very much for tuning in today. Thank you. Goodbye.